Hi, my name is Jen Mendoza. I'm with the Cincinnati Interfaith Workers Center. I'm here to introduce you to our Just Pay Cincy campaign. In Ohio, the minimum wage is $8.10 an hour, yet millions of workers are paid less than that every single day. That is called wage theft. Sometimes wage theft is simply being paid less than the minimum wage, but it can also happen when an employer forces you to work off the clock, steals your tips, doesn't pay you overtime, or misclassifies you as an independent contractor.
I worked for the Horseshoe for approximately 2 years as a server in the buffet. Say I would start at 4 and I would be finished at midnight. That's 8-hour shift, but when I clock out, it said I worked 7.5 hours. So a half an hour was deducted, but I did not receive a break.
I was working at McAndrews / River City Glass. We were working on colleges. A guy from the GC's office come up, asked us what we were making. And we told him just regular wage. He told us to pack our stuff and get off the job. We didn't understand why. We found out, through another source that we were supposed to be making prevailing wage. He cheated us for 2 years.
I worked at one of the hookah lounges in Clifton. I was doing like a working interview, which is where they hadn't decided to hire me yet, but they had me working full shifts with the hiring manager. And rather than pay me like an hourly salary, they would just split the tips with me at the end of the night with the manager. They decided they didn't want me and they just never called me back. So I got about $70 in tips for 4 nights of work.
Wage theft happens everywhere, across all industries. And although wage theft can happen to anybody, the people who are targeted the most are low-wage and immigrant workers.
I worked at a hotel, and the guy that owned the hotel, he asked me out several times. I told him no, I told him I was married, and he didn't care. And he said, I'm not paying you until you go out with me.
Mi hermano mayor y yo trabajamos para un subcontratista en construcción. Trabajamos por él por varias semanas, no menos de 2 semanas, y él nos extendió cheques para pagarnos. Cuando fuimos al banco nos dimos cuenta que estos cheques no tenían fondo. Seguimos insistiendo para recuperar nuestros salarios y él no nos daba una respuesta.
This can force families to have to choose between putting food on the table and paying their bills. These workers are already amongst the most vulnerable and least paid members of our community. Wage theft makes it that much harder to get by.
When you're paying for college, when you're paying for your own car, you're paying for all your own stuff, the $100 matters, and the job security especially matters,
I went from, a thriving guy, taking care of his kids, putting them through college. I'm not a materialistic person, but I pay my bills and whatever. I was almost homeless, lost my cars, ran my credit cards up to the hilt.
Wage theft is already illegal, but the employers are rarely held accountable for it. The government agencies that enforce these laws are understaffed and underfunded.
It's terrible, it's wrong, and you just feel like you're getting kicked, and there's not anything you can do about it. And then when you try to get a group together to do something, then you also have to fear your job.
Even when a worker is successful in winning back their wages, there is nothing to discourage the employer from stealing wages again from them in the future.
If we stole a candy bar, you go to court, judge is going to say, sorry about that. With white-collar crime, this is what this is considered as. It's a different beast, and it's not fair. Anybody who works deserves the wage they earn.
Since our founding in 2005, the Cincinnati Interfaith Workers Center have recovered more than $800,000 in unpaid wages to victims of wage theft. But that is just a drop in the bucket compared to the millions of dollars in unpaid wages in Cincinnati every year. That's why we're launching the Just Pay Cincy campaign to end wage theft. We're calling on City Council to pass an anti-wage theft ordinance that will expose and hold accountable the wage theft violators in Cincinnati. It's not expensive and it's not complicated. We just want the city to enforce the current laws and pay Cincinnatians what we deserve. Just Pay Cincy.
Si son víctimas de robo de salario, que lo denuncien, porque en la medida que lo denunciemos, esto va a parar. Si no denunciamos o no decimos, las cosas no van a cambiar.
Don't ask anything I haven't earned. Pay me what I earned. And that's all this is about.
Please support our campaign by sharing this video and liking our Just Pay Cincy Facebook page. For more information, go to cworkers.org.